Hey everybody, welcome back. So today I'm going to make some garlic butter and chicken and rice with Thrive Foods, and I'm going to let you know how you can get involved with Thrive 3 easy ways. Alright everybody, welcome back. So I wanted to show you some of the stuff that I got in. The 3 bottom things, this I got in, but this and this are older. And this is some of the new stuff I've got in. I'm trying to stock up on meats right now with the pantry cans, because with the pantry cans and being a delivery customer, you can stock up pretty well. Now, I don't normally talk about the business end of Thrive, but I've been getting a lot of requests from people about how they could get into it, how they could do it, even if they just want to become a delivery customer or a consultant. So I figure it's a good time to talk about it. Now, it's a good time, of course, to think about food storage. If we look around the world and see the event of this year, the chaos we're seeing from the virus, the upcoming election, the empty shelves that we saw earlier in this year, you'll understand where I'm coming from. I'm not trying to be fear-based. I'm just explaining to you why it might be a good idea to have some food on hand and to always have some kind of food storage. So, if you're interested in getting started, I will give you an idea on how to do that. Again, you can always buy one time. You don't have to join anything or become a delivery customer or consultant. You can always buy one time. But I've had some people in the past ask me about how to get set up with actually doing this business as a business, and I'll explain it very, very quick. Now, the nice part about Thrive Food is that it's shelf stable. It's good for 25 years closed. While canned foods are generally overprocessed and full of preservatives, Thrive Life is kind of different. The freeze-drying process allows them to preserve the food naturally. So they work hard to make sure the foods remain as close to their natural state as possible. I mean, you can take a look at the labels. They usually just have one ingredient. Here's a good one here. Beef, salt. So you're doing pretty well if you're saving the stuff and you're eating it. Also, all their foods are free of MSG. Now, the 3 ways to do Thrive Life. Okay, like I said in the beginning, you can always go to my website and just buy. I would prefer, if you are on a limited budget, can't do it, I'd prefer you go to the store and buy food, honestly. But if you think this is something you might be interested in trying out, you can go one time to my store, buy a few things, try them out. If you hate them, don't buy again. If you like them, good. Become a delivery customer, become a consultant. So these are the 3 ways. You can become a consultant like myself, and you kind of have a side business that sells the food. Now is a good time to think about that because you see the empty shelves and people looking to stock up and people being a little nervous in the world. You don't need to stock anything. There's no website to run. You pay $9 a month for the website, and it's the same items that are on the Thrive website. Somebody once asked me when I would personally get something back in stock, and I had to explain to them that it's not me personally, it's the company. That's when the company gets it in stock. It'll show up on my website as every other consultant in the world. So you don't need to stock anything, drop ship from the place, and if people buy from you, you get a small commission. Nice little perk. Next up, you can become a delivery customer. You just get a monthly delivery from my site, say $100 or $50 a month. You're never committed to buy anything. You can turn off that delivery at any time, or you can skip a month. They don't make it hard for you. You can just pop on there, say, nope, skip this month, or cancel my delivery service, and you're good to go. So it's really simple to do, and it's also a good way for you to stock up. You can also, as a delivery customer, save 15% every single month. And like I said before, you can always do one-time orders just to get into it. You will, however, save the most money if you sign up as a delivery customer. So today, we're going to make some Thrive Life garlic butter chicken and rice. This is just a simple recipe that I do with storage food and some homemade stuff, like I have fresh garlic. And I'm going to show you how to do it, so let's get into the recipe. All right, so the first thing you got to do is hydrate the chicken. So you add a half a cup of water to a full cup of the chicken. So I'm going to warm up the water here. And by the way, folks, if you don't have one of these propane stoves, these things are awesome for, just beginning preppers. They're a great way to have a way to cook in your home. I'm going to open this up fresh on camera here so you can see it. Because I assure you, we will eat this in this house. I will definitely eat that. It's really, really good. I'll dump out the water here and just put about a cup of chicken in here. Now I'll bring it back once the water is hot enough, and dropping stuff on the floor. Once the water is hot enough, and we can go from there. Once that chicken hydrates, it'll take about, on the package it says about 10 to 15 minutes, or 15 to 20 minutes. I would say more like 10 to 15. It doesn't really take all that long. So give me a minute to let that water boil and I'll bring you back. All right, once the water was boiling, I just dumped the chicken in. We're going to take it off. We're going to set that to the side. You can cover it. Time makes it a little faster, but you can see it's already starting to get soft and hydrating. I also find, too, that like I was doing there, once the water comes to a boil, you dump the chicken in, and you let it kind of move around with the water a little bit for boiling for about maybe 30 seconds, and then you take it off. So we're going to let this sit for a bit, and we'll start up on the next part of this, which is going to be our rice. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is mix up our Thrive chicken bouillon. This is really, really good stuff here. You get, let me give you the recipe on the side here again, because I forgot it. 1 teaspoon to 1 cup of water. So I've got my teaspoon here, and we're probably going to make this a bit of a heaping teaspoon. There's my cup of water, and I'm just going to mix it up. You can see how well that comes out. So I'm going to heat this up in the pan there, and then I'm going to put my rice in. Now for the rice that I'm using, because we're kind of sticking with a storage type thing here, I'm using these Uncle Ben's rices. You can of course use fresh rice. Lord knows I have enough rice stored, but this is kind of just, you know, if you want to get started out, maybe putting some meals aside, this is a good way to do it. These are also awesome for your little homemade MREs, so I'm just using this today. So what I'm going to do is dump this in here and heat up the rice. You can always heat up rice when you're doing other stuff. Rice is an excellent insulator, and while I'm waiting for the chicken to hydrate fully, I can do the rice, put it aside, and it will still be hot when I'm ready for the chicken. Plus, we're all going to heat everything up at the end anyway. So we're going to toss the rice in, and you do have to kind of break this rice apart because it comes out in a flat little thing like this. And this, the bouillon, the chicken soup mix here, plus this will help make it a little bit more of a sauce, because we're going to season the chicken in here too in a little bit. And for those of you food people out there, yes, I did wash my hands before doing this video. All right, so let me fire up the fire here, and we'll get that going. Once that's heated up, I'll bring you back, and we'll throw everything together, and I'll show you what I use in it. And this can be a really, really super simple dish to make with your Thrive storage food. All right, I just checked the chicken. It seems to be hydrated. This is going nicely. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. And I'm going to put, because we want a little butter taste, I don't recommend cooking with Thrive butter. I do recommend, you know, if you reconstitute it, you can butter your bread with it. It tastes like butter. But cooking, it seems to burn. But for taste reasons, this stuff's awesome. You know, just using it for taste. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put a little butter in there. Just a little taste of butter. Mix it in. Kind of to thicken it up too a little bit. Then I'm going to add my chicken. Dump that in there. That's all hydrated. Anything that isn't hydrated certainly will be by now. Okay. I'm going to add some garlic. And I'm going to add some of my own Italian seasoning stuff here, and a little bit of the Thrive diced onions. We'll just throw that in there. And we will let this go and mix it up. I'm going to keep it on a low flame, and I will bring you back to show you what it looks like when it's all finished. That should be pretty good. We're going to turn it way, way down and finish it up, and I'll bring you back in a little bit once it's done. All right, so what I did was I put some in a bowl to try it out. I'll give you a look at what it looks like. You know, you got your chicken there, got your rice, your spices and seasoning. I find the thing that really does add the flavor to this is the fresh garlic and the Italian spices. Now the Italian spices I just buy at actually Smith's here, which is same as Kroger, and I get them at the store there, and it's just a mix of all Italian spices, basil, oregano, whatever. You can put it together yourself any way you want. But let me try it out a little bit here. Hot, but delicious. And look how much you have left. Now we've used 1 cup of chicken and 1 thing of Uncle Ben's rice, a little bit of seasoning, and you have anywhere from, depending on how hungry you are, 2 to 3 meals out of just that. So it does make sense to have this kind of storage food. You see how much is left. That was 1 cup of chicken out of this pantry can. You see you got a whole lot more in there. And these are good for about 6 months to a year after you open them. I have eaten the stuff 2 years after I've opened it and never had a problem, but for safety's sake. So anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the recipe I came up with. I've just had a lot of folks asking me lately about the business end of Thrive, and I kind of wanted to go over it a little bit and give you a quick little recipe that you can make. And you can even make this with canned chicken. I'm not telling you have to make this with Thrive. You can take a can of chicken, dump it in the same way, and make yourself a really good meal. And it's very, very filling. And you even kind of have a little bit of, with the water and the chicken stock, you have a little bit of a soup texture to it almost. So you can definitely make a good meal. And that's so good, I'm having it for lunch. Anyway, folks, again, I will give you my link down below to radium242.thrivelife.com. I would really like to see some of you folks, if you're interested, get started on delivery. Again, not pushing it for fear, just telling you it's a good way to get started in stocking up. If you're kind of new and don't know what you're doing yet and don't know what you want to store, I can guarantee you can buy this can of chicken and it's sealed. It will last on your shelf for 25 years. And it's really good food, not full of preservatives and, all sorts of weird chemicals. It's really good, clean food. So I will put my link down below if you're interested in getting started. Even if you're interested in a one-time purchase, even if you go there and buy one can of chicken, definitely something to try out. See if you like it. The nice thing about Thrive is I feel you can eat it every day as well as in an emergency. And I've eaten this stuff every day, on occasion. When I use my storage food, I've eaten it without any ill effects. It's not like it's some kind of weird stuff or anything. It's really good, clean food. Anyway, folks, I'll put the link down below so you can check it out, my Thrive Life link. Don't forget, underneath that will be our Amazon affiliate store. I try to put everything I review in the store. If you're interested in picking up a stove like this one, I think I have one in the store there. Just check it out, see if there's anything you like. If there's nothing in the store you like, just click the link and shop as you normally would. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.